You know that moment when you say you're going to record a podcast and then you get to the moment and you're like, why am I recording a podcast? Let's talk about it. Okay. And that made me laugh. Good afternoon. My name is Amanda. This is the Tequila Hour. It is Sunday, the 11th of August, 2024. It's 5:09 p.m. here in Australia, New South Wales. You know the drill. We're in the forge. We're in the secret location. And I'm back. Back, streets back. All right. Will I get? No. That's what's happening. That is the drill. Mate, like the intro that was just introed, yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm recording a podcast on actually a beautiful Sunday afternoon. It's, the sun's going down. It's been a beautiful sunny day, a little bit chilly here in Australia still. It is winter, I believe. I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking rattled, but I don't know if that's the terminology I actually want to use. I did miss a podcast last week. We can touch on that very briefly. And yeah, as I sit down and have a chat with you this afternoon, yeah, I'm like, why am I doing this? Maybe I'm having an existential crisis right now on air as I record my podcast. That could be the case. I did have a premise for the podcast today, and shall we just get into that and then go from there? Let's do a little bit of admin. Thank you. Yes, I know. As I take a long sip of my gin, I will link it in the podcast description for you. It is a Japanese gin. You might say to yourself, Amanda, I thought this was Tequila Hour. You are correct. It is. When I say to you, and we've had this discussion several times, I won't bore you, but yeah, I'm feeling gin at the moment, and that's what I'm going with. So, fuck you. I don't know. No, feeling spicy. So I'm drinking gin. I'm also partaking in a Monster as well to try and give myself a little bit of energy. Am I feeling a little bit flat today? Yeah, you could say that. I'm feeling a little bit flat, a little bit befuddled. Don't know where that came from. Feeling a little bit overwhelmed, feeling a little bit underwhelmed. So I really don't know how I feel. What I do feel, though, is I missed doing a podcast last week, and that saddened me greatly. Actually, I missed doing podcasts, and it's more my own, mental issues around not delivering. That is probably more, grating on my soul at the moment. I'm getting very deep very quickly. Anyway, I just wanted to make a nice, easy podcast today, and really I just wanted to chat about some things that I'm loving. And that was the reason for the title today. I didn't create the title. The title actually comes from a YouTuber being the Welsh twins and I don't know if Marcus Welsh brought the intent into the world, or it was one of the twins, being Robert or James Welsh. But they used to have an episode on their YouTube channel which was called What You Lovin', Hun? And they just would talk about one thing that they were loving. So I've got lots of things that I'm loving at the moment. If I want to talk about beauty things or I want to talk about food, I don't know where that came from. If I want to talk about YouTube channels or YouTubers that I'm loving, even podcasters that I'm loving as well. I even just want to say that I'm loving life, and I am loving life as I'm convincing myself of Hooray indeed. As I'm convincing myself that I actually do love life. No, I do. I do love life. I am just, I'm going to be very transparent. I'm feeling very overwhelmed at the moment. Too much shit is in my brain. And it's basically where I need to probably have a little bit of a detox. May that be a detox from the shit that's in my brain at the moment. Maybe a detox from the level of shit that I'm taking on or my responsibilities. And I do have a plan. It's just getting to that point and probably dissolving a little bit of the pebbles that are in my mind, and I don't know where I'm going. Suffice to say, I'm just going to, I'm straight into it, okay? So grab yourself a drink. I have already partaken in a couple of gins, I'm not going to lie. I have some makeup on my face, which I will talk about in a second because I'm fucking loving that. And, I just want to probably just have a little catch up and a little catch in and So if that's something you're interested in, hold on to your fucking hat. So let's go. First of all, apparently I've completely forgotten how to record a podcast. And it's been one fucking week. What the fuck? There may be a high limit of the word or the usage of fuck today. That's how I'm feeling. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. This is a place for me to just spew my guts. No, this is a place just to be myself. Look, I am myself in, I don't know, the real world. This is the real world. I'd like to say to you that the podcast and my podcast, which, that's right, I'm in control of, I can say and do whatever I like. So, it's one of those things where I'm sitting here. It's been a day. It's been a couple of weeks. I'm not going to lie. And it's been very rewarding. It has been very challenging. It has been very exciting. There's a couple of things that have really highlighted and cemented some of the things that I'm personally working on in regards to how I cope with stress, how I manage my stress, how I want to deliver myself in regards to how I show up every day. And I acknowledge that it's been hard. And you might be saying, what the fuck are you talking about? And it could sound like I'm talking in riddles as I talk into the NT1 Rode microphone that, guess what, I'm still using. And it still is sweet as a nut. So lucky me. But when I say to you that a lot of this and my feelings and my headspace at the moment really do align with my work and the amount of work that I'm doing at work. Like I've mentioned in the past, I should say, I'm not going to talk about work in depth, mindful of people who do listen to this podcast. What I will say to you, though, is I have had a lot on my plate. The plate has runneth over. And that is okay because I was aware of the rim of the plate and that it would run over. When I say to you, though, again, it highlights for me how, going back to, like I said, managing stress and my expectations and, where I'm going in my life in regards to my home life and my work life and what that looks like. Yeah, there's been a lot of thought and, a lot of thought. There's been feelings, but there's actually been a lot of thought around that. And I honestly sit here today needing to just fucking check myself before I again wreck myself. And, remind myself, this is my heart. This podcast for me is my heart, my creation. It's a massive part of my life where I can just be myself and talk to you and talk to my listeners and, just expenduate. Is that a word? Did I just make up a word? Is expenduate a word? Expenduate. Did I just make that up? I don't know. If I did, I impress myself. I'm impressive with my English language. Expenduate? I don't know. I think I just made that word up. Yep, let's go with that. Anyway. I'm just laughing because it's hilarious. Anyway, and I just needed to have a bloody laugh and relax. So I've had a great day. Honestly, I've had a great weekend. I haven't done a lot. You know, if you want to talk about being productive and being a great wife and doing lots of house shit. No, I haven't done a lot of that. I haven't done a lot of that. What I have done is I've done a lot of relaxing. I've done a lot of YouTube watching. I did go out for a brief time and buy a couple of supplies. I have also spent the afternoon having a drink and putting makeup on my face, which I thoroughly enjoy. And, you know, this morning when I laid in bed and I woke up around, I think it was about 8:39, I'm like, I think I want to do a podcast today. And because I missed it. And I'm like, what am I going to fucking talk about? There's stuff that I want to talk about. And like I said, I'm being, again, not that I'm being silencing myself in any way, but I kind of am, which is frustrating, but that is the reality of my life in some aspects that, I really want to talk about stuff that just makes me happy. And I want to put that out into the universe in the hope that, some of that positivity comes back and goes full circle. So, I had a great day. I relaxed. I had a long shower. I listened to some, what did I listen to? I listened to some binaural sound around I think it was around, how many hertz was it? I could look at my phone, but I was going to make it up. I think it was around the 800 and something mark hertz while I just had a shower and just tuned out. Like I said, I watched some interesting YouTube, just some of my favourite channels, and just got sucked into like this, we call it, the channel is Tony and Ryan. They're Australian. They have a podcast. I will link it in the description for those who are interested. I started I don't know how I even came across their shit on YouTube last night. When I say to you that they're fucking hilarious, they are fucking hilarious. I got sucked into that. Maybe because I just need to fucking relax and chill out and have a good laugh. Because that's what apparently I need to do. And, so there was that. Certainly loving Tony. Is it Tony and Ryan? I hope it is. Oh, my God. Now I'm making up names. Let me just do a quick Google search. Now my typing's not working. Tony and Ryan podcast. Yes, I didn't make it up. Ooh. Oh, stop. Now I'm locking my computer. Tony and Ryan podcast. Mate, I will link it. They're fucking hilarious. Just saying. So they have brought some joy to me over the weekend and just taken me out of the shit that's in my mind. Secondly, like I said, I played with some amazing makeup, and I'll talk about that. I will have another sip of my drink. Drink break. That was beautiful, by the way. Oh, gin. Look, I'm not going to lie. The Japanese make a bloody good gin. Just saying, if you know, you know. What do you want to talk first? Well, what do we want to talk about first? Do we want to talk about... no. My road broadcaster too. No. This? Yes. Laughter is the best medicine? Is this what this podcast episode should be called? I might change it. I was going to call it What Are You Loving, Hun? Because I actually did a whole Instagram, what do you call it, story. Now I've got a runny nose, apparently. I might just call it Laughter is the Best Medicine. Yep. That's what I'm... Ah! That was so loud. Now I'm just pressing buttons. Look, if you don't like that, get fucked. Because I love it. I do. I am loving it. I am loving using my Rode Procaster 2. I'm loving relaxing, sitting with you this afternoon on a glorious day. Sitting here in the forge. The sun has now gone down a little bit further. It's 5:25. My husband is doing 12-hour shifts at the moment. He could call any minute, just so you know. It has been sunny. There's a couple of clouds. I'm looking at the trees where I am in the forge, in the secret location. Looking at the beautiful view, you know, thinking life's fucking great. It really is. I'm looking forward to the week that is to come. I am working Monday to Wednesday. I already have approved leave for Thursday and Friday, which I am very much looking forward to. I have also entered leave for the following Monday and Tuesday. Don't know if that's approved yet, but hoping it will be. Suffice to say, I need a fucking break, and being very conscious of now where instead of just, you know, forging ahead, taking the time to have the breaks when I can have a break. And yeah, let's just talk about some shit I'm loving. Okay. Let's talk about makeup. Oh, first of all, I love, you know, my love of makeup. You know of my love of what is going on here. Sorry, there was some weird thing on my laptop. You know the love of makeup that I have in my heart. When I say to you, thoroughly enjoyed using the makeup today that I have on my face, I will, should I? Maybe. I'll have a photo. I've taken a couple of photos this afternoon, so I'll post them on Instagram. That is the platform that I use in reference to the Tequila Hour as well, primarily for, you know, alerting all my listeners to my podcasts and, you know, any other stuff that I'm interested in posting. Yeah, so, mate, Natasha Denona, love you. I was feeling dark and moody. I don't know. Yeah, yes, I'm feeling dark and moody. So I went for a very dark look today. There is a particular palette. What's it called? I'm swiveling around my chair if you can't hear that in the background. I don't know what it's called. Let's have a look. Let's go to the Natasha website, shall we? And then that might help me because I've forgotten. I actually used 2, by the way. Oh, here we go. I'll get there. First palette I used on my eyes was the Xenon palette. Mate, if you're into dark colours, which I am, mate, I don't know if I was a secret goth somewhere in a past life, or I don't know. I am partial to the colour black, but if I was a goth, it would explain a lot. Or a vampire. No, the Xenon eyeshadow palette. It's a beautiful palette. I don't know. I remember when it came out. Don't ask me when it came out. It was a couple of years ago now. When it came out, I'm sorry because I don't know. When it came out, yeah, I know. Yes, some people don't give a shit, but I do. When it came out, everyone was like, oh, because, were they? I don't know. On YouTube, apparently, allegedly, that, yeah, it's black, okay? It's dark, it's black, it's silver, there's white, it's grey. There is a pop of kind of a pinky, shady, shimmery thing. All in all, it's black, it's white, it's grey. It's Xenon. It's glorious. I have to say to you, it's one of my favourite Natasha Denona palettes. I don't know what it is. It's sex in a palette for me. I'm calling it. Is it sex in a palette? Do I want to have sex with a palette? No. It is, mate, if you want to feel, if you're into dark eyeshadow, if you're into black kohl eyeliner, if you want to live your goth, glamorous life, I highly recommend the Xenon eyeshadow palette from Natasha fucking Denona. It is gorgeous. The formulas are gorgeous. The colours are sublime. There's black, there's grey, there's a white, I don't even use the pinky thing. It's beautiful. If you want to feel your sexiest, rocking a goth, glorious, hyper, why do I keep saying sexual? I'm telling you now, the Xenon palette is one of the glorious, best, evolutionary, now I'm just saying catchphrases because that's what I do. No, the Xenon palette is a beautiful palette. Highly recommend it. I actually highly recommend the Natasha Denona eyeshadows in its entirety. But when I say to you the Xenon palette for me is, mate, I could fuck that palette. It's beautiful. It is a power palette. Let's call it that. It's a fucking power palette. If you're going out and you want to rock that shit and you want to fucking own the room when you go out, fucking put Xenon eyeshadow on your face, mate. Watch out, bitches. You will be the hottest bitch in the land when you wear that. I'm telling you right now. It's a beautiful palette. Just do yourself a favour. Use my code to save yourself some money. I was like, I remember I actually have a code. If you're interested in using any Natasha Denona product, and I am telling you right now, do yourself a favour and get some. Use my discount code, the word tequila, to save yourself 15% off. So that's right. Just do it, okay? No ifs, buts, or maybes. Use the word tequila. You can save 15% off a eyeshadow palette. If you there's a lot to choose from, but I'm telling you right now, if you want to be your best bitch or the best bitch out there and own the room, you need, yes, I'm coming down. You need the Xenon palette in your life. The other palette that I used on my eyes today, which I think I used one colour out of the palette as well. I think, I have a lot of her palettes, I'm not going to lie, because the formula is off the chart. The other one I used is My Dream Eyeshadow Palette, which was basically brings together 15 of Natasha's favourite eyeshadows. I used the Blackest Black because, like I said, it's black as black. And my eyeshadow look today is full-on black. It's more black, 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 and shades of black. It is, again, a beautiful palette. I also have her primer on, which is a High Glam primer. What else do I have? I think that's it from Natasha. I also have do I call it right now on this podcast, the world's greatest foundation? It has to be, yeah, it probably is one of the best foundations you'll ever use in your fucking life. It is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I think it's Patagonia is the shade that I use. Or is it, no, Valaris? Or is it, I think it's Valaris. Anyway, again, I will link it in the description of this podcast. Mate, you can't go wrong with this foundation. I'm just calling it. You cannot go wrong with using this NARS foundation. What else did I use my face? Foundation, very important. Use the primer, Natasha, thank you. The eyeshadow. I also used a couple of drugstore products as well that I'm really loving, which was a, what do you call it? Eyeshadow something. Not eyeshadow. Eyebrow, I'm talking about eyebrows. I will link it. I don't even, for the life of me, I can't think of the name, but 2 drugstore eyebrow products that I'm actually really enjoying at the moment. Also used a Danessa Myrex, what do you call it? Well, is it a bronzer or is it I don't know, it could be a bronzer. I don't know. Like I said, I used a bit of Danessa Myrex and blush as well. I used a NARS bronzer. I used a Guerlain finishing powder. I used a Givenchy powder under my eyes. I used a Natasha Denona concealer. Tried and true, these products that I'm going to link in the description, they are tried and true. If you listen to this podcast, if you've been listening for the last 2 years, when I talk about makeup, I am 51. I have wrinkles. I have shit on my face. Overall, there's stuff, okay? I don't have glass skin. I'm not fucking 20, okay? So when I say to you confidently the products that I'm going to link in the description of this podcast in reference to your base, when I'm talking about foundation, primer, even down to the eyeshadow primer that I use, which is Milani, which is $4 or something ridiculous. For someone who has, and I don't know, I'm sitting here going, do I really say this? For someone who has mature skin, which I do, that is the reality of the situation, I do, but the whole premise of saying, you have mature skin. Yeah, I'm fucking old. I'm older. I'm not old. I'm 51. Yeah, there's stuff, all right? I'm not 20. I don't know if I like the term mature. Oh, I kind of am. I don't know. It just seems preposterous. But, yeah, I really implore you, as a consumer, if you're interested, especially in regards to Natasha Denona, I mean, there's some things, I think her eye kohl leaves me unimpressed, I've got to say. It's really the only product that I've gone, could be better, Natasha. But everything else that I've used today, the other thing that I've used today, which if you know, and if you listen to this podcast on a regular basis, I am a massive lipstick person. Yeah, massive connoisseur. I have used the new, Fenty liners, lipstick liners. They're good. I will link the shade. It's like a deep chocolate brown. That's good. And then I've topped that with, which I don't know why I don't have more of these lipsticks. Maybe because none of the other colours seduced me. But the one colour that did seduce me was called Voodoo from Urban Decay. When I say to you, and I've talked about this before, it's a deep purple with shimmer in it. Mate. Oh, you can hear that in the background. That's me smashing the lipstick on my desk in absolute joy. It's a fucking cracker. The formula's beautiful. It's the colour, mate. It's a deep fucking purple with sparkles in it. How can you not be impressed? When it goes with the Fenty, went with the Fenty. It goes with the whole dark, sultry, fucking I own my shit look today. Then, mate, it finishes it off. And I think finally topped with a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Charlotte Tilbury. And yeah, that's it. Loving it. Loving it all. Loving it in its entirety. Can't get enough. What else am I loving? What else in my life am I loving at the moment? I am loving YouTube. I'll always love YouTube. Like I said, Tony and Ryan, the podcast, when I say, first of all, it's great to watch, but hear two Aussies just have a fucking laugh and take the piss. Fucking hilarious. They're great. I don't know why I haven't come across their channel before, but highly recommend them. They're great. What else have I been loving? You know what? I am just loving myself. I don't know why I'm laughing at that. I'm going to have a quick drink. Drink break. Yeah. You know what? Loving myself. Loving life and loving myself. Loving how far I've come. Loving some of the things that I really feel like I'm acknowledging, accepting, cementing, moving on. And you'd be like, Amanda, what are you talking about? And it could be road. No. What are you talking about? I'm talking about things like not getting caught up in shit. I'm talking about sticking to some of the ideals that are very important to me, like having a break. Just really being more aware and owning things like not reacting but responding. These are things where I've talked about, I believe, I could be talking about my ass now. These are things that I've talked about on numerous podcasts, but when I say to you that talking about one thing and then putting into practice are two very different things, unless you're a crab, I don't know why I thought of that. Unless you live in Iceland, I don't know, and no slating on Icelandic people, then I would say to you that putting into practice a mindset and delivering it and being consistent in that is hard. When I say to you that I've been working on some shit, and you know I have, and to say that I feel like it's just second nature, and it's just the level of confidence and inspiration I feel within my heart around how I'm conducting myself at the moment, my direction in life and where I want to go in life, what I want to achieve, what I'm achieving, etc. Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know, is it Tetris? Is that Tetris, the little blocks? And you're moving the little blocks and they're all lining up and then you go down a level. Is that Tetris? I don't play games like that on my phone. I think it's Tetris. If I'm wrong, let me know. It's kind of like all the little pieces of the puzzle that I've been working on and have been working on for some time. All these little synapses in my brain are going, yep, we've got that. We know where we're going with that and it's happening. And even with the, I was going to say existential, I don't know if that's the word I want to use, but even with the high level of, you could say, perceived stress that I've put upon myself in the last couple of weeks, with grace, I have managed it. And, mate, I'm super proud of myself. And, yeah, it's really been a massive mind shift because I've had to work on my mind shift and it's been hard. And I've done it and I'm still doing it. I'm not going to say that, I'm, Yoda of mind control. I don't know what I'm saying. I am not Yoda, even though I kind of wish I was. I am not. And there is always space and time in the continuum of life to learn and move forward and expand and fail and learn again. Yet, I'm encouraged by my efforts. I really am. And I feel like I said, like Tetris, I'm thinking of those little boxes that, they all click together and they all fall down and they create the wall and then you move up a level. I really feel that's happening. And it could be that I'm being very conscious and it's conscious in the forefront of my mind to be doing these things. It's also where I am, still and want to, even though it's really hard, continue to push myself to a limit where I'm really uncomfortable and then understand where that uncomfortableness, is that a word? Uncomfortableness. Thank you. I'll get there. Thank you. I'll get there in the end. Where that sits and where I want to sit with it. How uncomfortable do I want to be? What does that feel like? How do I manage that? How do I manage that moving forward? I am also, I was going to say attempting, but I actually am in motion, not just attempting, to be more, I was going to say relaxed. I don't know if that's the word I want to use. I'm thinking of the word fluid and it's preposterous when I say this, but I really am just trying to expand my mind and just let things be as they are and go for it. I am in some aspects, I don't know if I want to say I'm a control freak, but I am someone who likes to be in control. That probably leads into my level of perfectionism in certain things in my life. When I say to you that I am expanding that in reference to just going with it. Oh, that's my phone. Stop. And I'm back. That was indeed my phone, and that was indeed my husband, who I did say that he was going to call any second, and he did. He's on his way home, and excited. Excited to see him. He's very tired. He's been doing long shifts, so yeah, there's that. So I'll be happy for him just to get home safely. Anyway, yes, I was just saying that, yeah, I just really acknowledge some of the mental processes that I've been exploring, expanding, understanding, and then implementing. Wow, who am I? I don't know. I really feel like, not that I feel like a different person, but I do. Yeah, I feel like a different person and I'm loving it. I feel like I'm more in control, and it's not about control even. It's kind of more about not just letting my emotions run through me like a freight train, but just taking the time to take a couple of mental steps back and then, yeah, implement what I want to. And it's working. And mate, I'm fucking proud of myself for that. And it really is about, yeah, if I want to talk about why this is happening, because, you know, if you're interested or give a shit, you'd be like, well, what are you doing magically, Amanda, that, you know, you could see this? The two things that come to mind is around taking the time to use tools like hypnotherapy, meditation, time out, meditation. What else? The other things is I have, like I said, I have in the past, like there's a couple of really interesting books I've read around the mind and changing mindset and manifestation and letting go and surrendering. And yeah, I don't know if it's because I've been focusing on those things that's helped my mindset. The other thing being that, I was going to say this might be weird. The other thing is that there is things where I really have gone, mate, I'm just letting it go. May that be where it's the fucking full moon and I'm watching a YouTube video around manifestation, and I will do a full moon ritual and just write shit down and let it go. Then, mate, if that works for you, and it has worked for me, just to let things out of my mind and just let it go, then just do that. Do you, boo? The other thing is just really, I was going to say taking risks, and that sounds ridiculous, but when I think of a risk, I think of something extreme. I don't know if it's because of the word risk and its interpretation in my mind and what that means. But when I say to you that I've really been doing things that are putting myself in an uncomfortable position, and I mean, and people will be like, what do you mean? Okay, good example, public speaking. Most people, some people don't have an issue with public speaking. I don't know. Some people just like, you know, standing in front of a group of people and just verbatim speaking and owning their shit and being legendary and just, you know, engaging a room, and it flows and it feels comfortable. It's not comfortable for me. It's not. I think if I was to say to you, for anyone who listens, most people would find public speaking uncomfortable. It is very exposing. It is very uncomfortable. If you're someone who deals with or is in any way, shape or form an anxious person, then it makes you anxious. There's many things physically and mentally that come to mind when I think about public speaking. When I say to you that I have really put myself in situations on purpose because I really do enjoy doing it, even though it's difficult in reference to public speaking and the level of sense of accomplishment that I have after I've done that. Even when I feel like I've fucked up totally, then, yeah, it's just when I talk about, those things that I'm doing that, I don't know, changing my mindset or changing the way that I deal with things. It's like being uncomfortable, and this probably, I don't know, if you're a psychologist, psychiatrist, be like, duh, man. Then I'm like, fuck you. No. Making yourself completely uncomfortable to be comfortable is very difficult. There is degrees of difficultness in that. When I say to you that I really have explored moments in my life recently where I've been uncomfortable and done it anyway, and then gone, yep, I can do that. I can do it. And then understanding my responses after the fact it's helped me greatly, actually. It's actually helped me a lot. And just to be comfortable with that. And yeah, I think what I'm saying to you, the greatest mind shift around everything that I've been working on in regards to learning and self-development is around just doing shit that's really hard or really uncomfortable or really stressful or all of it all at once, and then doing it and then looking at it from a open perspective on the other side and acknowledging that, mate, you fucking did it. Was it perfect? Yes. Was it perfect? No. And being okay with that. And yeah, that's where I'm sitting with all that kind of stuff today. What else am I loving? Going back to stuff that I just, mate, I'm looking forward to or enjoying at the moment. Like I said, I'm very much looking forward to having a couple of days off, at the end of the week. I'm just going to have a quick drink. I'm drinking my drink. So, drink break. No, I am very much looking forward to having a couple of days off at the end of the week, mindful of some of the things that I need to accomplish, action, all of the above, prior to taking that leave. Very much looking forward to leave and looking forward to doing a podcast at the Hilton again. I'm going to do another just free balling in the wild, in the wild at the Hilton. Be like, Amanda, it's the Hilton. You're not in the wild. No, I'm not. I'm in a luxury hotel. Sorry. I'm in the wild. I'm in a fucking Hilton. Anyway, I'm staying in the Hilton on Friday. I don't know why I'm laughing so much. I'm staying at the Hilton. I'll get there in the end. I'm staying at the Hilton on the 16th of August. Very much looking forward to that. I've got a room with a bath. I'm having a fucking bath. Looking forward to a bath. That's weird. I'm looking forward to a spa bath. I'm looking forward to fucking relaxing. Looking forward to doing a podcast. I also have booked a reservation at Nobu. Excited. If you don't know what Nobu is, which is a Japanese restaurant, if you don't fucking know, I don't Please stop listening to this podcast. No. Nobu, Japanese restaurant. It's at the Crown Plaza at Banger-Roo. I've never been to Banger-Roo, the Crown Plaza. Star Casino. So excited. Is it the Star Casino or is it Banger-Roo? I don't know. Now I'm talking about my ass. Yeah. I'm going to stay at the Hilton. I may stay at the Banger-Roo. I don't know. At the Crown Plaza. I don't know. We'll see. But I do have a reservation at the Hilton, which is a backup if I don't stay. I do have a reservation on Friday the 16th at Nobu at Banger-Roo Crown Plaza. Super excited. 12 o'clock. I will talk about that in my podcast on Friday. Super excited to be going there. I don't know. If you don't know, Nobu is a famous Japanese restaurant. I don't know, for me, for people who, you've seen celebrities go to Nobu in America, and there's one here, and I'm going there on Friday. I'm super excited. Super excited to go, and I'm going to tell you all about it in my podcast on Friday. Mate, something to look forward to. Yeah, I'm going on my own, by the way. I'm not going with my husband. I'm going on my own. I'm just going to, right now, I'm so excited, like I'm trying to calm myself. I have a reservation. I'm ready, 12 o'clock. When I say to you that I'm just going to drink it in, I'm fucking drinking it in, mate. I am going to be living my best fucking life on Friday at Naboo. So, yes, I'll tell you all about that in my next podcast. Very much looking forward to that. Looking forward to having a couple of days off. Looking forward to the future, actually. I've kind of thought to myself, and this is difficult for me, is just A, living in the moment day to day, and B, just letting whatever happens happen. Now, these are statements when you're like, what? There's certain things you can't just let happen. When I say to you, though, where I really am trying to be more flexible, open-minded, fluid, as a word, as a terminology, that, yeah, I am doing my darndest to kind of embrace these catchphrases in my life to then just see what happens. And with that mindset, seeing what happens in the future. When I say to you, though, that no, I'm not a total fuckwit and let the shit happen for no reason, I do have things that obviously I want to do in my life. So one being this podcast and continuing to do this podcast. You know, if you listen to my podcast on a regular basis, can't speak now, I am very, very close to a goal that I've wanted to reach for a very long time. When I reach that goal, I'll fucking tell you. And, mate, when I say to you, I know it's going to happen, I know the drink I'm going to drink, I know the podcast that I'm going to deliver, mate, just hold on to your panties, all right? Secondly, so let's be clear. Podcast, I know where I'm going. I know what I want. 90%. You also know I want a guest. I don't know what that looks like. I want one. It will happen. Secondly, my focus is around work at the moment. I'm not going to lie. I think I know what I want. I actually know what I want. And I just need to put that into place. Actually, no, just sitting here now, talking about it and not talking about it at the same time, I actually know what I want. You'd be like, what are you doing, Amanda? No, yeah, I do know what I want. So, yeah, that's very exciting, actually. That's very exciting. And again, I am going at this with just, it may happen, it mightn't. Shit might go down, shit might never happen. You know what? I'm just going with it. And I'm going with an open heart, and I'm going with integrity, and I'm going with what I can do. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And that's okay. And just trusting what is. Yep. I'm trying. I'm fucking trying, bitch. What else? Finally, some of the things that I know I want to bring into my life. 1, CP30 Lego piece. I can't speak. Lego piece. It will be mine. I'll talk about it in the future. Makeup. There's some makeup I really want to purchase moving forward. I know I've touched on this. I really do want to do a full face of Hermes makeup. When I do that, it will be a glorious day. It will happen. There is some Chanel that I'm thinking, there's a new blush that came out. Mate, gotta buy it. Finally, Tom Ford. Fuck you, Tom Ford. Mr. Thomas Ford. First of all, need to tell everyone, this is a public service announcement. I am out of my Tom Ford ombre leather. So I'm sad. My signature scent, I've used it all. I fucking used it all. Yay! No yay. There's no yay. It's boo. My signature scent, if you know me, and I've talked about this, if you know, you fucking know. Tom Ford ombre leather is the shit. It is my signature scent. When I fucking want to own you, I will own you wearing it. When I say to you that if I want to be the shit, I will put that on and I am the fucking shit. When I heard that there's a new variation of the Tom Ford ombre leather, which is an eau de toilette, that's not available yet in Australia, but smells like baby cat YSL, if you know, you know. Mate, I need this in my life. I need to either wait and be patient and buy the new eau de toilette ombre leather, Tom Ford, or just buy it again because I cannot live in this world without Tom Ford ombre leather. I cannot. Oh, I crack myself up. No, I can't. And so there's that. Other thing is, he also has come out. I haven't smelt it yet. I don't know, but when I say to you, I am fucking pumped for this shit. And I'm talking pumped, super pumped. Tom Ford perfume, black lacquer. What? Apparently it smells like vinyl. What? When I tell you that I am super excited to smell this perfume, will it be my new signature scent? It could be. It sounds fucking amazing. I'm not going to talk about it now. I will do an entire podcast about Tom Ford perfumes and what I have and what I want moving forward. Because when I tell you that I heard about Black Lacquer, Tom Ford and the notes, I fucking want that. I own that shit. And then I heard about the Tom Ford Ombre Leather Eau de Toilette and I'm like, my mind is blown. My mind hurts. I can't keep up. And I still don't have the YSL Baby Cat. If you're into perfumes, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not into perfumes at all, you're like, Amanda, I'm lost. I will do, great idea, I will do a dedicated podcast about perfume, about some of the perfumes that I absolutely 100% say to you, you need that in your fucking life. And secondly, if you know that my signature scent is Tom Ford Ombre Leather. I am out. I'm pretty sure it's like I've sprayed it the other day. Completely out. Nothing. Gone. Nada. My life is empty. My heart is heavy with sadness that I do not have it. I need it. So when I say to you on Friday, I will be buying more Tom Ford Ombre Leather, I fucking will. It's a staple. Like food, like water. Yeah. Like food and water. Let's take food out. Water, which you need to survive, you need food, but water's more important. When I say to you that Tom Ford Ombre Leather, yep, I cannot live without it. It's my shit. It's my jam. I'm buying more. I don't know if I can wait for the Eau de Toilette version, even though I've heard very good things. I don't think I can wait. I need more. Anyway, I will keep you posted around that. Is there anything else I want to touch on? I'm at an hour and 2 minutes and 30-something seconds. I think I will bring it to a close today. Look, let's just round it out. I started this podcast not really wanting to do a podcast today. I'm going to be completely transparent. I have been all in my head a little bit. When I say to you that I had an awesome afternoon putting some beautiful makeup on my face and having a drink and relaxing and sitting here and doing a podcast and just having a chat with you, and yeah, I'm feeling great. So again, and I know I say this every time, but I truly do mean it from my heart of hearts. Thank you to those who do continually listen to my podcast. I do truly appreciate it. And if you do want to listen to my podcast, it is available via Spotify and Apple Podcasts being the main platforms, but I actually am across multiple platforms with my podcast. So if you would like to listen and leave some feedback, highly recommend that you do via Spotify and Apple. I would truly appreciate it. If you want to reach out to me anytime, you can via my email address, which is info. I forgot my email. info@thetequilahour.com.au. In regards to where can you find me? You'd be like, Amanda, where can you find me? Like I said, you can listen to my podcast. You can actually listen to it on YouTube as well, by the way. There is no video, is just audio because Google Podcast is no longer. But if you're not listening to the Tequila Hour podcast on Spotify or Apple, then I highly recommend you check out my Instagram pages, which is the Tequila Hour. And I also have the one that's with I can't speak. The one Amanda. So _1_Amanda, which is my personal page as well. They're all linked. I have a link tree, all that jazz, all that shit. So check it out if you're interested in what I'm doing, where I'm going, yada, yada. Moving forward, looking forward to Thursday, Friday. Friday, I will be in Sydney. If you're there, say hi. You don't even know who I am. I will be staying at the Hilton. I might be staying somewhere else, but at the moment I'm staying at the Hilton. I will be at the Naboo Japanese restaurant on Friday at 12 o'clock, living my best life, and I will be doing a podcast on Friday as well, and I'll keep you posted about that. So, like I said, I really do, from the bottom of my fucking heart, appreciate those who do listen, who do download. If you want to be on my podcast, because that's still a thing, it still hasn't happened yet. If you want to be on this podcast, reach out to me via my email. That email is info@thetequilahour.com.au, and I will catch you on, you know what it is, Friday. See you then. See ya. Bye. Life can be busy, love, and you ain't time for the one to love. It's only right, it's what I deserve. Love, tell me what you done for me, done for me, done for me, done for me. Lately, in your mind on creation, I wish. Tell me what you done for me, done for me, done for me, done for me, lately. Got the words, by the way. So can you take me on a date? The simple things you do to make me stay. Like you don't even try. I used to wonder why, but now I'm left with no more tears to cry. I know life can be busy, love, but give me time for the ones you love. It's only right, it's what I deserve.